Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. It's time for some real talk. Let's have a real talk video. And let's talk about the state of World of Warcraft. Because the question I've been seeing bouncing around a lot, actually the past couple of weeks, I suppose, is why is everyone playing Final Fantasy XIV? Is WoW dead? What's happened? What is going on? Oh my goodness, whoa. So this is what's happened. Basically, the answer is really extremely simple. It's not complicated at all, which is simply that it's the longest first patch of an expansion ever. 9.0 Shadowlands launch patch. 9.0.5 it's only a small update. It's been going on for months now. Longest launch patch ever. 9.1 is coming, but it's still probably a few weeks off. So yeah, what happens when there's no content? People get bored of the game. People are looking for stuff to do. In particular, of course, content creators are looking for things to do. They still want to make money. They still want to get all their lovely clicks and all of that. So yeah, create some drama. Ooh, Final Fantasy XIV, it's so much better. WoW sucks, blah, blah, blah. Click, 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 get those views, get that money. That's what's happening. That's basically it. I find it very funny because I still actually play Raid Shadow Legends. I did sponsorship videos on it a while ago. I think nearly everyone did. But I actually really like the game. You know, I like gacha games. Obviously, a lot of people hate them. I actually apparently like them. But I still play. And I have fun with it. But it's very funny looking at the content creators for that game because it's on like a 1 month content cycle, roughly. There's like new content almost every week there's something small. Every 2 weeks there's something medium, and then every month there's a big new piece of content. So it's basically on that monthly cycle. But, you know, for the couple of weeks after the new content comes out, the content creators, it's all like, oh, they finally listened. Yeah, the right direction. Raid is saved. Woo! And then for the second 2 weeks of the month, and coming up to when that next batch of new content comes out or is about to be announced or whatever, it's they never listen, dead game, blah blah blah, and then like literally overnight it will go from dead game they never listened to they finally listened, it's saved, we saved it, the content creators, obviously it was us. And yeah, it's kind of comical actually because it's on such a short time frame cycle that it's so obvious. I'm not saying it's any less obvious at WoW. I think it's pretty obvious at WoW as well. But that's on a much longer. Cycle. You know, where for the first couple of weeks, few weeks or so of a new patch, there's lots of stuff to do in WoW. People are generally broadly happy, broadly enjoying it. Obviously, there are still some complaints like Shadowlands launch. A lot of people, you know, they still didn't like target caps or the Covenant system or whatever, but still people broadly happy with it. And then as time goes on, as there suddenly is this lack of content, people get frustrated, reasonably so. And that's totally fair. Of course, the content creators, they still need to make their money, right? Still need to get our views. So stirring up a bit of drama, that gets the cash flow in. That gets the clicks, that gets the algorithm ticking, so that's what has to be done. But yeah, I do think it's very funny as well. You know, is this indicative of a longer-term problem in the game? Yes and no. Like, I do think it is quite funny because it's a discussion I can literally remember from the very beginning of WoW, which is like, wow, it's like a couple of stoners discussing it in their room. You know, smoking some weed in college, whatever. Like, yo, bro, is WoW like dead, bro? It's like, yeah, man, this game is the WoW killer, dude. It's the WoW killer. Nah, bro, man, the only thing that can kill WoW is WoW itself, bro. Whoa. And like literally that conversation, it's the same conversation that's happening the entire way through the history of the game. You know, Final Fantasy XIV, apparently it's actually really good. I've heard some good things. I've heard some bad things, but I heard mostly good things. People generally like it. It is doing very well for itself. Is it bigger than WoW? No, it's not bigger than WoW. It's not. I certainly think that they're probably pretty damn close now in terms of active users. Very damn close. Especially because, you know, they just had a new expansion. WoW is in one of the longest content droughts of all time. I certainly think a content drought as well at the start of an expansion is worse because you only have a small amount of content actually in there in the expansion to do, whereas, you know, the typical content drought at the end of an expansion in the final patch, at least you've got all the other patches of the expansion. You know, for a returning player, whatever, at least there's some stuff there to do. But right now it's fairly limited. which I'd say probably in terms of active users, if you try to count like WoW Retail and WoW Classic separately, this is probably the time. Maybe even Final Fantasy is ahead. I don't know. I don't know exactly how you'd measure it, but you're going to have a lot of active players in WoW are actually playing TBC Classic right now. Final Fantasy just had their expansion. Shadowlands has had nothing new in ages, so I wouldn't be shocked at all. Funny enough, when I was kind of thinking about this video last night, I was kind of feeling like, you know what, I wasn't going to play Final Fantasy, and I'm not getting into that. I'm actually downloading it, though, right now. I actually am. I'm going to give it a go on the free trial anyway, and we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of been in the mood for a JRPG, and I was actually thinking of doing Tales of Berseria, or maybe Ni no Kuni 2, but then I said, you know what the heck, seeing as everyone's talking about this and people might come hang out in the stream and be interested, seeing as that's what all the content, half of the content creators are talking about anyway, fuck it, might as well do it, right? Why not? Let's get me some of that YouTube dollar. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So we'll see. Maybe I like it, maybe I won't. I'm kind of interested in like more of the story stuff. And I don't know if that's any good. I'm literally going in completely blind. So we shall see. And I'll stick up a couple of videos anyway. And if I like it, we might do a few more. If I don't like it, that will be it. We'll go do other stuff. But yeah, my general thoughts on Shadowlands and on the state of World of Warcraft then right now. I will say, I think it's a pity. I think it is a pity for Blizzard, for the developers. Because I think that Shadowlands was supposed to be a big win for them. I really do. I really think it was. Like, they had Warlords of Draenor, which didn't do well at all. They had to cut loads of content. They focused on Legion. Legion was a big success. BFA, not very well received. And I definitely think that they wanted to do the same sort of thing again. They wanted to come into Shadowlands and have it be really damn good. It's got great zones. You know, they put in the honor vendor. The honor gear system is great. They made the Valor system. You know, Torghast has potential. Like, there's a lot of great stuff in there. I mean, the start of Shadowlands, if you remember back to the first couple of months, people were generally quite positive about, you know, a lot of the changes that Blizzard was putting in and the improvements that they're making, and that Blizzard seemed to be trying to go out of their way to try to give players mostly what they were asking for. I think that is what Blizzard wanted to do. And now, hey, here it comes along, and they can't make the content fast enough. You know, 9.1 is abysmally slow at coming out, and that just has a massive negative impact on them. And you do feel kind of bad. Is it a problem with Blizzard? Is it a problem with COVID? I mean, let's be fair here. I would say it's at least, you know, at least 75% at least is COVID. Let's be fair. Pretty much everything in terms of game development, massive slowdowns just across the entire industry. It's totally fair. Everyone is being hit. Blizzard has been hit as well, so that's totally fair. At the same time, I'm still leaving like 25-30% up in the air because, again, it's not as if Blizzard has this previously spotless record in terms of content development and content delivery. No, not at all. Look at Warlords of Draenor. Warlords of Draenor was a disaster in terms of content delivery. Legion was phenomenal. BFA then again was kind of slow as well. So I think it's still a huge question mark. Why is it a question mark? Again, I also think the answer to that is also pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Why does Blizzard just not make more content, make it faster, put more stuff in the game when we ask them to? Why do they not do that? Drum roll. Because it doesn't make Activision enough money. That's basically the reason, guys. That's it. Why invest a bunch of money into World of Warcraft when they can invest in things like, you know, Call of Duty Warzone, for example? You know, why put developers to work? Why hire more developers? Put in more money into something that's not going to have necessarily that big of a return compared to something which could have, you know, massive return, make them tons of money. That's just the way that these developers look at it. That's the way they think. You know, I played Heroes of the Storm. I used to do Heroes of the Storm YouTube stuff before this. Trust me, I know about it. They just like cut the entire game and moved developers to other stuff because, again, although it probably made them okay money, it didn't make them a lot of money. So that's the way that it is. That's just the way that it works. That's the reality. And that's the way it's going to be. There's no silver bullet where suddenly WoW has tons of content and everything is amazing and everything is perfect and there's just loads going into it. It's just not the way of the world. So there you go. Anyway, some real talk, guys. I will see you, I guess, maybe today. What am I, 70? I just walked the dog, came back, 72% downloaded on Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I guess I'll play some tonight if you're around on the stream. I'll stick it up, probably the stream on YouTube as well. and also working on some fun WoW videos. I'm getting ready for 9.1. But I will see you guys then. Thanks for watching. We can have a discussion in the comments as well, if you like. And yeah, excuse me. I'm going to see you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.